Beautiful friend, I am super excited to talk with you about the Cancer full moon. This is the last full moon of 2023, and it's happening December 26th, the day after Christmas for those of you who celebrate, at 4:33 p.m. Pacific time, 7:33 p.m. Eastern time, and December 27th at 12:33 a.m. Universal time. This full moon is in the emotional, super sensitive, very psychic, nurturing, family-focused sign of Cancer, water sign of Cancer. And the great news that I want to share with you is that this is one of the best lunations, the best feeling lunations that we've had for some time. The full moon is receiving harmonious aspects from expansive, bountiful Jupiter, as well as a strengthening and solidifying aspect from Saturn. Now, at the same time, we also have Mercury retrograde and Mars both together in fiery Sagittarius, igniting our conversations, and Neptune in Pisces interacting with Mercury retrograde and Mars. So this adds another layer of nuance to this full moon energy, which I'm excited to break down for you in this video so that you can get a sense of how you can best work with these energies with the most ease and grace and really receive the wonderful rewards that I feel we have coming to us, if not just really wonderful good feelings around this holiday time, but how we can make the most of this full moon energy. So in this video, I'm going to share with you who will most feel this full moon in Cancer, specifically what are the aspects and what do they mean for you and how you can best work with them. And as always, I'll be doing readings for all 12 signs, letting you know based on your rising sign, this is the whole signs house system, in which area of life you will be feeling this full moon energy. And I'll also be pulling an oracle card for each of the 12 signs so that we can get further intuitive messages. I highly encourage you to watch the introduction. I'm also going to be giving you tips on how you can best work with these energies at the end of the introduction, just before we go into the 12 sign readings. Now, before I go further, I want to say hello and welcome. If you are new to me, I am so glad you found this channel. We are a like-minded community. So if you're looking for empowering astrology with soul-centered friends, you found the right place. Be sure and subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And I also want to say hello and welcome back to those of you who've been watching my videos. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for your subscribes to my channel. Thank you for being here with us. Your support means the world to me, and I would not be here without you. I'm Betsy Gutting. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach and the author of the book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. It is my joy in my videos as well as my professional astrology consultations, and yes, I do astrology readings. It is my passion to weave together intuitive insights, spiritual principles, and Western tropical astrology. So at the end of the video, I'll say a little bit more about my astrology consultations as well as my coaching so you can get a sense of whether you feel called to work with me. I also have a free gift for you, and I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video. But if you'd like to receive my weekly inspirational astrology updates, the astrology between videos, you can sign up for that by going to my website. It's free, and you will get that free instant download at the same time. So my beautiful friend, who will most feel this full moon in Cancer? It's happening at just about 5 degrees of Cancer. So for those of you who have planets or points between 0 and 9 degrees of Cancer, or the other cardinal signs of Capricorn, Aries, or Libra, you will most feel this Cancer full moon, most personally and most intensely. At the same time, we all have 4 to 5 degrees of Cancer somewhere in our natal astrology chart. This is a general reading for all of you. How you experience this will depend on the connections that this full moon is making to your natal planets and points in your astrology chart. Now, all full moons bring culminations, manifestations, endings, or completions. They are a graduation moment. A full moon is everything that has come from that new moon period where you seeded intentions for what you most desired at that time. And that time when we seeded intentions for this full moon in Cancer was mid-year. That was July 17th of 2023. So you could go back to that July period of time. Think about what were you wanting to manifest? What were you wanting to bring into reality then? Also, all full moons are oppositions. We have the sun opposite the moon, and in this case, we have the sun in Capricorn opposite the moon in Cancer. And because it's an opposition, we can feel a push-pull between these two different areas of our lives. Full moons often manifest their energies through our relationships, so we feel them more emotionally. It's what another person says or does that can trigger us emotionally during a full moon, for better or for worse. Now, the sun in Capricorn is focused on work, career, responsibilities, commitments, our reputation in the world. It's the 10th house of the zodiac, the most public area of our chart. This is where we have goals, where you might feel driven, where you want to succeed, where you might feel really ambitious. That's the Capricorn axis. On the other side, we have Cancer. Home-loving, family-focused Cancer energy. Cancer energy is our emotional body. It's our emotional selves. It's very heart-driven. It's about what we need to feel in order to feel happy and fulfilled. And it takes us all the way back to childhood when we were very, very young. Did our emotional needs get met most of the time? Or it can take you back to a moment in time or a memory of when an emotional need that you had wasn't met. So Cancer moon energy brings up our need to belong. It's our roots. It's where we want to feel accepted. It's where we want to feel like we're part of a tribe. We're supported. We're emotionally cared for. We are loved. Also, interestingly, the Cancer energy is the archetype of the mother, whereas the Capricorn energy is the archetype of the father. And of course, this means that we could have moments during this full moon of thinking about our parents, or if we're with our parents, or our own parenting, or our own children. You could be gathering with family and on your phone looking at your work email. You could be talking with other people that you trust, that you care about your goals for 2024, and or reflecting on 2023 and which goals were satisfied, where you feel successful, and where you feel like you have to do things differently in 2024. I sense and feel that some of us will be thinking, I sacrificed too much in 2023 for my work. I need to do that differently. Others of us may say, I sacrificed too much for my home and family, and what about me? What about my career? What about my vocation and my passion? And decide that you want to focus more energy there in 2024. Because Cancer is connected to the mother, it rules ancestral healing. So some of you may want to do some ancestral healing work during this full moon time as well. Now, we have two really beautiful aspects to this full moon. The first one is the full moon and Jupiter dancing in expansive, harmonious flow with one another. Jupiter in Taurus wants to give us a tangible gift, a reward perhaps for the work that we have done this year. Jupiter is a protective energy, and in Taurus, it's all about the good life. It is comforts and pleasures, which actually jives really beautiful with Cancer energy, because Cancer also wants to have comfort and security in our homes, actually with whoever we're interacting with. Cancer wants to feel safe and at home. Jupiter in Taurus could be bringing you a blessing, something that you can touch, see, or feel. Taurus rules the 5 senses. And I feel that this is about us stepping up and saying, yes, I deserve this life upgrade. Yes, I deserve better. I'm claiming this for myself. I have decided that I deserve, on some level, wherever this is happening in your chart, you are claiming this blessing, gift, or upgrade. This could even be a family member or a friend who you've been on the outs with, or with whom you just don't jive, you just don't have, similar vibrations. This could even be that person giving you a compliment and you're like, oh my gosh, what? Like, did that person actually just say that beautiful thing to me? And that would be a moment in which you'd say, wow, I've really come a long way in my growth. Now, the full moon also harmonizes with Saturn in Pisces. In Saturn energy, we want stability, we want strength, we want to put structure to whatever it is that is foundational for us. Saturn in Pisces says, wonderful, whatever your heart truly desires, you can have it, as long as it's in alignment with your soul, as long as it is connected to your dharma. So you may feel some validation for what your heart most wants, a passion or a vocation or a relationship. Something that you really want to bring with you into 2024, and Pisces is quite artistic energy too. It's very creative energy, and it's aligned to the divine. It is our divine connection. You may receive something that feels quite validating to you about what it is that you want, something that's strengthening or that feels very supportive to you creating a solid foundation for your heart's desire. Now, if there's something that's expired for you, whether it's a job or a relationship or a situation, but something that you really feel strongly, because in Cancer energy, we feel our truth. We really feel it in our hearts, in our bellies, solar plexus. We feel a sense of, this is no longer working for me. I can't do this anymore. Cancer is such an intuitive energy, psychic even, that you will feel most likely during this full moon if something has had its time. It could be a soul contract that you have fulfilled, that is over, and you could just be saying, I know now that I have to let this go. Saturn in Pisces will help you with this. It will help you to set clear boundaries as well with anyone with whom you're interacting during this time. It's a compassionate energy. It's spiritually directed. It calls us to do forgiveness work if that's necessary, forgiving the other, forgiving ourselves. This will help us to flow forward. And you could even have messages in your dreams or in a guided meditation. You could receive very palpable messages that are igniting for you or inspiring for you that really show you the direction you are meant to go. Now, the day after this full moon, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius and Mars in Sagittarius are going to make an exact conjunction. Sagittarius energy is fiery. It is inspired. It is soul seeking. It's seeking our truth. So your conversations, my friend, could be quite lively around this time, right after Christmas. Again, if you celebrate, I know not everyone celebrates Christmas, but whatever you're doing on December 26th, December 27th, and we can feel this energy days before and days after, whatever conversations you're having with others or within the sanctuary of your own heart and mind, these conversations, these connections, whether they're emails or one-on-one tete-a-tetes with somebody else. I love that, tete-a-tete. Whatever interactions you're having, they could either be super motivating, get your momentum going for what it is that you want, or they could feel frustrating or like there's conflict going on, like you're butting heads. But because we have so much beautiful energy from Jupiter and Saturn, I feel that most of us, more of us, I hope anyway, will experience more of the liveliness of Mercury retrograde and Mars conjuncting. Now, remember, Mercury in Sagittarius can be quite blunt. We can blurt things out. We can forget that maybe the other person is thinking in a whole different way, which is fine as long as we're diplomatic. But I think we want to just be mindful of the fact that sometimes we can be too direct or we can be insensitive toward other people's viewpoints. This is great energy for heartstorming, for brainstorming, for masterminding your plans for 2024. And that's what Mercury retrograde really helps us with too. It's a beautiful time for reflection, for looking back, for looking forward, for deciding how do I want to fine tune things so that they are more in alignment with what my heart really wants and needs. Now, not only do we have Mercury retrograde and Mars together in fiery Sagittarius, we also have Neptune showing up to the party, and Neptune is in Pisces. This is water energy. This is a very different energy in a sense from the fiery Sagittarius energy. Neptune is squaring Mercury and Mars. This square could feel like tension. It could feel like pressure. It could feel like wah, wah, like some new piece of information came in that kind of takes the wind out of your sails. That could happen. But what I really feel for most of us could be going on here is that self-doubt comes up. We get so fired up and excited about something, and then self-doubt creeps in, or fears creep in, or past memories of when something didn't go the way we wanted it to, and maybe a fear that if I say yes to this, I'm going to have that same exact experience that to our human self may feel like failure. So if any of those naysaying voices come in, whether it's from another person or whether it's from inside of us, observe it, acknowledge it. If it has a point, and sometimes fear has a point, so if it has a point and there's something that you want to take into account, that you need to factor into your plans, great, do that. But at the same time, continue to follow your enthusiasm. Continue to follow the fire that's burning in your belly. When Mercury turns direct on January 1st and goes through the post-shadow period and then starts to move into new territory, that's, I think, when we're going to get plenty of clarity. So right now, I think what we want to do is just keep the fire burning, keep the hearth inside of us burning, keep the home fires burning. That's Cancer energy at its best. We don't want to get so connected to, I need to know the how, I need to know how this is going to happen. I don't feel like this is energy for that yet, not with Mercury still in retrograde. I feel like this is more a time for us to build up our inspiration, to feed that inspiration. The North Node in Aries at 22 degrees, which is a master builder number. 22 degrees is where we build something in life, tangible, something that can bring us a solid, sustainable foundation. 22 is a foundational number. The North Node is making a trine to Mercury retrograde and to Mars during this full moon. So we are being encouraged to follow the thread of our passion, to follow our dharma, to let the North Node of destiny get us ignited, get us fired up. And I have a separate video for you on the nodes changing signs, on the North Node in Aries. And this is all about us stretching and reaching to do something that isn't going to be easy. It will probably feel like a risk. So my friend, if you're thinking around this full moon, you're thinking about doing something that feels risky, or it feels like you're in brand new territory, you've never done it before, that is perfect for this time. You are right on time. The North Node in Aries is destiny driven. It's about your dharma. It is saying, follow the thread of your passion. Follow it. Don't let somebody else saying you can't do something, or a voice in your head from the past, from your childhood perhaps, rain on your parade. Every Mercury retrograde, as I spoke about in my Mercury retrograde video, which you can watch if you haven't yet, I'll link to that below. Every Mercury retrograde has a gift of revelation for us. And when I tune into this full moon, I get a sense that that gift of revelation around this full moon time could have to do with this Cancer theme of belonging. I do belong. There is a place for me for my talents and my gifts. And wherever we are, we can find that sense of belonging from within ourselves. And it just may be that this full moon helps us to find that. Now, because this full moon is in emotional water sign Cancer, we get emotionally attached to things being a certain way. It's subconscious. Subconscious meaning you may have no idea about how you are planning this time, this holiday time for many of us, how you are planning for things to look a certain way, for things to flow a certain way, for you to get these many hugs and be able to kiss this many people. And this is a Cancer moon talking, okay? So these are the things that I think about sometimes. Cancer energy is very affectionate, but often real life doesn't happen the way we expect it to, right? When I was tuning into this full moon in Cancer, I thought of the movie The Sound of Music. Now raise your hand if you've seen The Sound of Music. I think I've seen it like 8 times or something like that, maybe even more times. It came out in 1966. When I was just a young girl, and it's a classic. It's not just a classic, it's like a cult movie for some people. But to me, this movie epitomizes the Cancer full moon because it's all about our quest for home, to know where we belong, to know where we fit in, to feel that nurturing, loving togetherness that we all deeply crave on an instinctual level with tribe. And in that movie, Julie Andrews plays Maria, who is a free-spirited nun. The Mother Superior of the Abbey sends Maria off many, many miles away to be a governess for a wealthy family, a family of children who have lost their mother. And even though Maria is terrified inside, terrified, she's never been a nanny or a governess before, she has no idea what she's doing. She's used to just living her own life in devotion to God. She shows up with no idea of what to expect, but she brings her life lively, expressive, musical self to this family, quite nurturing, quite loving. And to me, Maria epitomizes the Cancer moon. She is so nurturing to these children. And at the same time, we have the father, Captain Von Trapp, who's a retired naval lieutenant commander. And because he's very much grieving the loss of his late wife, he is ruling almost over his children with a very stern, disciplinarian, even military kind of approach. Captain Von Trapp is archetypally showing up as the Capricorn sun, ruled by Saturn, very orderly, let no emotions in. And Maria is shocked by it all. And so they have lots of moments of tension together because they're really approaching things from completely different sides. Maria brings this very open, free-spirited energy to the family, and even the children don't quite know how to handle it. They're testing the boundaries. And she's like Mercury in Sagittarius. She's not mincing her words. She's letting them know in no uncertain terms that she is not feeling welcomed by them. And Captain Von Trapp says to her, Fräulein, is it to be at every meal or merely at dinner time that you intend in leading us all through this rare and wonderful new world of indigestion? But what I love about this movie is that even though they are all going through this very difficult time, the kids have lost their mom, Captain Von Trapp has lost his wife, Maria has lost her connection to the Abbey, and they are all grieving in their own ways, even though all of this is happening at the same time, and there's a lot of tension as they try to get to know one another. What is it that heals them? It is the music. She brings music into the family. She brings playfulness. She sings songs with them. And they even form this little choir, family choir, which was a way for them to open up to love, to unconditional love through the activity of singing together. And when I was a girl with this Cancer moon, Cancer rising that I have, all I wanted after I saw that movie was to have a family band, was to have a family choir, because that's how the family united. That's how they found one another. That's really how they fell in love with one another. So my friend, if you have any moment during this full moon of feeling like, I don't belong here, this is not my true family, I want to invite you to ask this question. What would love, love with the capital L, unconditional love, what would love do here? How can I respond out of love? And first and foremost, how can you respond to you, to your inner child, to that sweet child inside of you? That we all have an inner 5-year-old or an inner 3-year-old or 7-year-old, whatever age feels right to you. We all have that part of us, or 17-year-old within us. What would love do here? How can you take care, put your arms around, nurture that inner child? That could be quite beautiful and healing during this full moon. I also invite you to set an intention for how you want to experience this full moon. What is the feeling quality, the quality of emotion that you want to feel during the full moon? I am free, I am happy, I am fulfilled, I am calm, whatever it is for you. Decide that you belong regardless of what's going on with everybody else. You belong. You belong to your heart, you belong to your soul, you belong to the world, you belong to whatever you choose to belong to. You can create that belonging within yourself. Don't take anything personally. Whatever anyone else is saying or doing has nothing to do with you, even if it's directed to you. Have compassion for the other. Have compassion for yourself. Value yourself. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve to be unconditionally loved. Respect yourself with clear boundaries and celebrate how far you've come. Okay, my friends, so let's do the 12 sign readings now. Listen to your rising sign. This is the area of life in which this full moon in Cancer is happening for you. You may also want to listen to your sun sign. This is how your life force, personality, human self will experience this full moon. And your moon sign is how you may experience it on an emotional, relationship, interactive level. So we're going to start with Cancer. Because Cancer, this is your full moon. Hello, beautiful Cancer. Cancer, you are having this full moon in your first house if you are Cancer rising. This is your identity. This is how you see yourself. This is the roles that you play personally and professionally. So the title, whether you call yourself a sister or brother or mother or father or grandparent, that kind of thing. Any personal titles, spouse, for example, boyfriend, girlfriend, and also your professional title in your job or in your business or where you volunteer. So all of those things can come into play during this full moon. This is a manifestation of your energy in terms of your identity and the things that you have worked for, especially since July of 2023 when we had the new moon in Cancer. Think back to that time. What were you seeding? What was your heart desiring? Or this could go all the way back to the beginning of 2023. We actually had a full moon in January of 2023 in Cancer as well. This is the second full moon in Cancer. Not only could this have to do with your title, this could have to do with a job and wanting a different job, wanting to change jobs, wanting to get a promotion, or perhaps getting a promotion. This is a manifestational moon since it's a full moon, so something's ending, culminating, manifesting, or you're graduating from something. Because it's your first house, it can very much play out in relationships because the 7th house is right across the wheel. You've got that in Capricorn energy where the sun is, so this could play out in a relationship, a new relationship, a relationship ending. Same with a client relationship or a close committed partnership. You could also be thinking about moving. You could also be thinking about career. Any of these angles of your chart could get touched off energetically because this full moon is on an angle of your chart. It is conjuncting your ascendant. If it's close, if it's within 0 to 9 degrees, your ascendant point, then you will feel this even more intensely. And I'll give you an example because this full moon actually exactly conjuncts my ascendant. So that means that I'm feeling it in terms of my identity or my status, and my grandbaby who was born in 2020 is having his birthday the day after this full moon. He will be 3 years old, my little grandbaby Luca. So I'm going to be experiencing this full moon in terms of my identity as a grandparent. So Cancer, you are balancing during this time your personal needs, your emotional needs, and especially regarding a sense of belonging and rootedness within family or within tribe. You are balancing this with your needs in the more public arena, your needs within relationship, other people's needs in relationship, and so forth. You could be feeling like somebody in my close circle wants this and I want this, and they're different things, and you're maybe thinking about how can I meet my needs and meet their needs at the same time. And this moon can also bring in themes of your vitality, your health, and your appearance. You could change something about your appearance. When I tune into this full moon, I feel a blossoming. I really feel I have come so far and I'm so proud of myself. Things that would have triggered me before, or where I would have compromised my own values before, where I would not have set a boundary. This time I'm doing it differently. This time I'm setting a boundary. This time if I don't want to talk to this person at that party, then I won't. That kind of thing. Like, you are really, I think, realizing how far you've come, and you are approaching whatever it is that you will be doing during this time. You're approaching it with a healthy sense of self-respect and being in integrity with your soul, Cancer. Your message from Spirit is that you are going to be seeing through new eyes during this transit, during this lunation. So you may want to do some forgiveness work if you feel at all triggered by something that's you're planning, that's coming up. If you have any sense of not being in your power in your solar plexus area, I'm rubbing my tummy, you just can't see it. If you're feeling any sense of, am I going to feel empowered in this situation, whatever it is, this is, Spirit is saying, see yourself with new eyes, see yourself, fly above the situation and see yourself with the empowerment that you want to feel, the confidence and courage, and the, I'm getting a sense of like regalness, like your spiritual royalty, the fact that you have up-leveled spiritually. See yourself through the eyes of that, love yourself, honor yourself, respect yourself, Cancer, and that will make everything clear for you. It will just make everything clear for you as far as what you are to do, say, how you want to be. This is all about you setting a clear intention for this time, how you want to feel. So let's pull a card for you. I'm using the Moonology cards for all of us because Cancer is ruled by the moon. So let's see what these cards have to say for Cancers. Cancer. Your card is the full moon in Pisces. Forgive. Wow, Cancer. I'll tell you what, this is really resonating for me. And you may say, I've forgiven and I've forgiven and I've forgiven. And that is so true for me as well. But you can see so much bright white light coming off of this card. And this is Piscean energy, where Saturn is right now, where Neptune is right now. Piscean energy makes a trine to your energy, Cancer, and it helps us to forgive. And if you are having any challenges with forgiveness, or you're forgiving at an intellectual level and you're not feeling it in your body, we know we've forgiven someone when we don't feel an emotional charge anymore when we think about them, right? If you're having any challenges, ask the divine to help you forgive, Cancer. But what I love in this card is there's so much purple energy. And because this is a Pisces energy card, the two fish are swimming here surrounded by the moon, but they're actually like leaping out of the water. And when I see that, I think of like jumping for joy, leaping for joy, realizing your true power. Your power comes from not holding on to any grievances, not holding on, not letting other people take your energy on any level, Cancer. And forgiveness will help you with that. So if this resonates, let me know. I would love to hear. Okay, Gemini. Hello, beautiful Gemini. Gemini, you are having this full moon in your second house of values, self-esteem, self-worth, deservingness. There's a real theme of what do I deserve during this full moon, up-leveling your sense of deserving. This is also earned income. This is the money that you make through your own efforts, your assets, your prized possessions, your material security. So during this full moon in Cancer, Gemini, you may be thinking about any of these things. And because we're balancing this, the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Cancer, you're balancing this and also your needs within partnership around shared resources, money, time, and energy that you share with partners. So you could be having conversations with partners about shared resources. You could be thinking, for example, like, or talking with your partner, if you are partnered, about how are we spending our time, especially over the holidays, like whose family are we going to see, or which friends, or whatever. I know it's different for everyone. Some people aren't doing any travel, some people aren't seeing family, all of that, I get that. But what I'm trying to say is that during this full moon, you may just be doing some negotiating. I get a negotiating vibe, Gemini. You may be doing some negotiating or releasing some emotional attachment to your partner doing things a certain way, or you wanting your partner to agree with you in terms of shared resources, or just your own, thinking about your own making money. You could get a manifestation. I mean, this is a full moon. This is manifestation, culmination, fruition. You could get a new job. You could get a promotion. You could have a whole new value system now. You could say, I know that I deserve so much more than I ever thought before. You could get some sort of prize through this. And I just thought of a car, but it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a big ticket item. Something tangible could come into your life with this Jupiter, beautiful Jupiter energy we're getting with this full moon. You could have some very beautiful, what feels to you like a reward for all your hard work, especially since July, but even before that, this year of 2023. Or you could be cutting ties to something on a material level. You could be selling something. You could be saying, I don't need this anymore. Your values could have shifted. You could be downsizing. You could be just deciding that, like, where before you bought all new, like, certain labels of clothes, and now you're like, I'm going to buy my clothes from the consignment shop now. Like, you could really have very different values now, post 2020 values, as I like to call them. But this is a full moon that promises some sort of tangible reward, and especially here in the second house of material security. Beautiful Gemini. So could also be finding that investments are really paying off for you right now. They're really doing well for you. So Gemini, let's see what the cards have to say for you. I'm shuffling, and let's see, Geminis. And Gemini, your card is The last quarter moon in Libra, a fellow air sign. Make time for self-love. The second house is the house of self-love, so I'm not surprised by this card. And you may feel quite busy. The last quarter moon is when things are, the energy is waning down. It's an invitation, it's a permission slip to relax, to rest, to let yourself revive, to really focus on self-care, Gemini. I love this card so much for you. There's so much purple energy in this card. There's so much divine connection for you in this card. Really encouraging you to take time for yourself. Even if you say, well, I can't, I'm going to be with all these people, or I'm traveling, or all these things. Take moments away. Go into another room, close the door, go into the bathroom if you're at someone else's house. Whatever you need to do to breathe, ask the divine to come through your crown and bring its unconditionally loving energy into every cell of your body and connect to your heart. And this will really be nourishing and sustaining for you during this full moon time. Beautiful Gemini. And by the way, I forgot to say, I have my natal sun in Gemini, so I will be doing this as well, along with all of you. Okay, Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus. The full moon in Cancer is happening for you in your third house. This is the house of mindset and communication. This is where we're talking and we're interacting and we're socializing. This is the house of networking. We're writing emails, hopefully without too many typos since it is Mercury retrograde. We are really interacting a lot with other people, often siblings, uncles, aunts, cousins. You could find yourself with a lot of family during this time, or hanging out with buddies in your neighborhood. This is also your devices. And so, you know, phones and computers and all of that. And because it's Mercury retrograde, like I said in my Mercury retrograde video, if you haven't seen that, I'll link it in the description box below if you want to check out those readings as well. But this is a time you really want to make sure and back up your devices and make sure that they're in zipper pockets if you're running. That's a lesson that I learned. But that you are really mindful of those big ticket items that we all so depend on these days. Taurus, this is also the house of writing, and publishing is right across the way in your ninth house where your Capricorn energy is. So you could have some manifestation, culmination in this area, some accomplishment that is coming to, you know, ahead, that is coming full circle for you. You could have this happen in the realm of writing or publishing as well. You could take a short trip. You could decide that you want to figure out where you want to live, and you could be traveling to different places, usually closer places to you on a local level, but you're traveling to different places to check them out to see where you actually want to live. Some of you could be thinking about relocating, or you could be in a new location now. You could be doing something locally that you haven't done before, like teaching a workshop, or working out at a new place, or meeting new people in different venues that really warm your heart, that really make you feel more rooted in your community. Taurus, from this full moon, you're getting a sextile, which is positive energy flow. This is solutions, solutions as I call them. This is opportunity. So you could be having an opportunity come to you through a social media platform. You could get an opportunity to travel to another country, since that is the ninth house, which is part of this full moon configuration. You could also get an opportunity within your local neighborhood. But with this sextile Taurus, you're getting a lot of positive, new beginnings kind of energy. Yes, full moons are endings, but they also, all endings open up a door for a new beginning as well. Taurus, your message from Spirit is go all out, enjoy yourself. And I was like, Spirit, what do you mean go all out? And Spirit said, they'll know what I mean. It's going to be different for everybody. But I think what it's saying is don't hold yourself back. Don't let fear keep you from the next inspiration, from following it through. What I feel here is, you know, we all have a set point for joy. We all have a set point for the good things in life. And then at a certain point, on an unconscious or subconscious level, we feel like, okay, that's as much joy as I can stand. We don't do that consciously, I get it. But I think the go all out is saying, let yourself go past those boundaries of feeling good, of feeling enthusiastic, of feeling optimistic and hopeful. Break through that set point and let yourself go to the next level, even if there's fear on a subconscious level of, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Will the other shoe drop? All of that stuff. Even with all of that, go all out. Break through that boundary, Taurus. I love that so much. I think that's inspiring for all of us, inspiring advice for all of us. So thank you, Spirit. Let's see what the cards have to say for you, Taurus. Your card is the full moon in Sagittarius. See the bigger picture. There's a lot of Sag energy happening during this full moon. Mercury retrograde in Sag. Mars in Sag, conjunct the next day after this full moon. That's a lot of fiery energy. Do you see how much light is coming off of this full moon? It's creating this aura of creativity. It's creating this aura of there's so much. When I see this card, I see like all of this golden energy. To me, this is like fireworks. And I think this is the go all out. This like let your light shine. Let the fire in your belly ignite. Let the fire in your heart take you to new places. Fly above your life and see the bigger picture of you as a soul having a human experience, a spiritual being having a human adventure. Beautiful Taurus. See the bigger picture, and this is going to give you a new sense of freedom and aliveness to increase that set point of joy. How much joy can you stand? Beautiful Taurus, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Okay, Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are experiencing this full moon in Cancer in your 4th house of home and family. That is Cancer energy. Home, family, childhood conditioning. This is the inner child. We all had some what we call a core wound, as most of us during childhood or in past lives that we bring into this lifetime to heal. And interestingly, on this full moon, we have Chiron in Aries. It's in your sign going direct. So this adds another layer of healing evidence to me, evidence that this is going to be quite a healing full moon. And I think especially for you, Aries, you might really feel a deep, beautiful, loving, nourishing opportunity for healing of something that has triggered you in the past that after this full moon may no longer trigger you. That would be really good news, Aries. So this is where you're having a manifestation, a culmination, a sense of graduation, a sense of you've accomplished it. You have some things to celebrate here, beautiful Aries. And I know that Aries love to celebrate. So you could have a shift in your home environment. You could be moving into a new home during this full moon. You could be deciding to build a new home. You could be deciding to redecorate or remodel your home. You could have a healing with your mother during this full moon. And if your mother is no longer here, it could be an inward healing where you are envisioning and connecting with your mother who is on the other side. This full moon for you, Aries, will be quite motivating for you. It's squaring your energy, and squares sometimes bring about tension or pressure, but they motivate us. They give us momentum to take action. We feel like we're kind of squeezed into a place where we have to take action. And this could be a minor thing, like where somebody says something that's triggering to you and you decide, I'm gonna say what I think here. I'm gonna say what I need to say. It reminds me of the John Mayer song, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. I love that song. He says the same words over and over, and you just feel them on such a deep level because so many of us hold inside what we really need to say. And with the energy of Mercury retrograde and Mars, Aries, especially together in Sag, fiery Sag like you, especially when you are a fire sign as well, I think you're going to have plenty of motivation to speak your mind or your truth if you feel like you need to. And I think you will feel best if you do it in a way that feels in alignment with the integrity of your soul. If you do it with clarity and purpose and calm, I think you will feel most accomplished by that, beautiful Aries. So your message from Spirit is connect with your higher self about what is most important to you now. Those of you who feel like you're maybe exhausted or you're a little lost. We could feel a little lost with Neptune squaring Mercury retrograde and Mars during this full moon. If anything is feeling a little off for you, connecting with your higher self, or that you've worked really hard and you're not seeing enough of the rewards for it tangibly yet, hopefully you'll get that tangible reward during this full moon. But if you feel at all discouraged during this time, connect with your higher self, and it will help you to reconnect with your purpose, with why you are doing what you're doing, and that will bring you new energy and fortitude to keep going, beautiful Aries. So now let's see what the cards have to say for you. Aries, and one flipped over, so this is your card, and it's very, there's a lot of red. Oh my gosh, it's the first quarter moon in Aries. I was going to say there's a lot of red in this card that reminded me of you, Aries, but it's your energy. Step into your power. You cannot make this stuff up. Oh my gosh, if anyone wonders about how this all works, it proves itself, right, Aries? So the first quarter moon is when we take action. This is when we start to see the fruits of our labor. And this is where it says, step into your power. Like I was saying, say what you need to say. Do what you feel like you need to do. This person is active. They are moving. They are energized. They are letting the fire that is you, Aries, the fire that is you is being used for productive means to move you powerfully forward. Claim this in the comments below if you want to step into your power. Beautiful Aries, I fully support you. Okay, Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you are getting a trine from this Cancer energy to your 5th house of fun, pleasure, adventure, creative expression, children. This is the house of the playground of your life. So Pisces, if I were you, I would be celebrating this. I would be so looking forward to this full moon in Cancer. It makes a trine to your energy. This is the wind at your back. This is you, the sails, the wind filling your sails, moving you forward, gliding you forward. And when I asked Spirit about this energy for you, it was like, first I got a wow, like, wow, this is going to feel really good to you. It's going to feel smooth, Spirit said, as long as you be true to you, as long as you stay true to your heart and what you know you most need, and you're not just focused on filling other people's cup, as you can easily do, Pisces, with your beautiful altruistic heart. So during this full moon, you could have a culmination, manifestation, something that you're graduating from, something that feels like a real accomplishment in the areas of creative expression, your artistry, there's a real call for you to let your inner child be free, to play, to bring delight into your life during this time, all the time, but especially during this time. Something could come to fruition or manifestation with one of your children. I know that my Pisces rising daughter is moving into a new home that she's done most of the design work on. So there's definitely this culmination going on for her. But for you guys, it could be any of these areas, something with your children, something with the child within you, or just an adventure. Maybe you're giving yourself permission to take an adventure. Maybe you're buying a plane ticket, or you're planning a trip, or you're literally going on the plane. Maybe you're listening to this full moon video on the plane. Whatever it is for you, beautiful Pisces, this is a rewards rich, a blessings rich full moon. And so I highly encourage you to give yourself, some of you may want to take some time off during this time. This would be a really beautiful time to take time off. Oh, and I forgot to mention true love and romance. How did I forget that? Pisces, this is also the house of true love and romance. So you could be having quite a romantic full moon, and or envisioning what you want for romance during this time. Now, some people say, well, full moons are not about envisioning anything new. They're just about releasing. Yes, you could be doing releasing too. Endings and beginnings are very tightly tied together, right? An ending creates a new beginning. Yes, you could be releasing emotionally. This is a very watery full moon. There's lots of water. And not only that, we've got Saturn and Neptune and Pisces as well, making aspects to, really beautiful aspects to this moon, as I talked about in the introduction. But you might want to have a good cry, even if it's like a feel good, I've come so far, I can't believe it, deep down, like very deeply touching, bringing up deep, deep emotions from underneath the surface. That could happen for you too, Pisces. Whatever it is, I really hope you enjoy this full moon. And now I'm going to pull a card for you and we'll see what the cards have to say. Pisces. And your card is the full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. Okay, so this card is for those of you that could be so high on a escapist kind of fantasy during this moon. Neptune is in Pisces. It is squaring Mercury retrograde and Mars. I talked about that at length during the introduction. You could feel there's so much light in this card. I actually think the image on this card is quite beautiful, but I feel like what this card is saying is that if you are not grounded in reality, if someone comes off a pedestal, if you come off a pedestal and somebody's like in your face about what they thought you were, who they thought you were, and how you've disappointed them. I hope that doesn't happen to you, Pisces. But if that happens, you know, Pisces can easily get projected upon by others, and it doesn't feel good when people act like you've done something horribly wrong and all you've done is be yourself. I understand that, Pisces. But what this card is saying is that you may need to come back to earth, come back to reality if your feet haven't been fully on the ground. And if so, give yourself a big hug, put your arms around yourself, take good care of yourself. But big picture, there's so much beautiful energy happening for you. If you stay grounded, if you stay connected, don't let the fact pass, Pisces. Don't let the fact that something maybe is happening differently than you planned. Don't let that take you away from your heart's desire. We have plenty of time to work out the details, plenty of time to work out the kinks. Follow your heart and all will be well. Okay, Aquarius. Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Aquarius, you are having this Cancer full moon in your 6th house of daily habits, your health, your work, your everyday wellness, everything that you do in a routine way that keeps you feeling good, or where you want to make tweaks or changes in your routines and your habits to feel even better. So this is your mental, physical, and emotional health, beautiful Aquarius. You could have a shift here. Now remember, this is manifestation, something coming to culmination. So you're graduating from something. This could be an accomplishment, or it's an aha moment, an epiphany, a revelation, a realization, some truth coming to light that you didn't see before. So this could have to do with your physical body. If so, this will be about how you can improve on the way you do something on a daily basis. Or you could decide you don't want to do your job anymore. If you work in a job, you could say, I'm done with this job. You could quit a job. Some of you could find yourself leaving a job and it wasn't what you've chosen. And if that happens, I know that's really tough, but I also know that everyone who's ever told me they got let go from a job says it was the best thing that ever happened to them. It was a blessing once they dealt with the feelings that are involved. There's always a grieving process with that. That's probably not most of you, but this full moon in Cancer wants you to connect to what your heart most needs, to your emotional needs, and ask yourself if anything that you're doing on a daily basis, or the people that you're hanging out with, the coworkers, the boss that you have, the supervisors, if you are self-employed, this is clients maybe for you, whatever it is it feeding you? Is it good for you emotionally? And if it's not, it's time to set very clear boundaries, to let it go, to renegotiate boundaries, whatever you need to do to bring things into balance for you, beautiful Aquarius. Okay, so Spirit's message for you, Aquarius, is to be your independent, free-spirited self, whatever that means to you. Across from this Cancer energy in the 6th house is the Capricorn sun, and that's in your 12th house. And that 12th house Capricorn sun could be taking you inward on a spiritual journey to get more connected with your divine inspiration, your divine guidance, Capricorn. So the message for you is to stay true to you. And because you are independently minded, because you are free-spirited, because there's a rebellious aspect to your nature, Aquarius, that's the part of you that Spirit is saying it's time to own and give more voice to, give more expression to. So now let's see what the cards have to say, Aquarius. Aquarius, a card just fell on the floor, and that is going to be your card. When cards fall out, I know they're meant to be for you. And your card is Know Your Worth. Know Your Worth, Aquarius. New Moon in Taurus. So when I see a card, New Moon in Taurus, first of all, I see so much green in this card. Earth energy, grounding your energy, not always easy in Aquarius energy because you guys are so electric and you are electrifying, and there's a lot of charisma and beauty in that, but we want you to bring that energy down and really ground it. And this Know Your Worth is saying that this card, and in Taurus energy, Jupiter's in Taurus right now, and Jupiter is bringing in positive flow, harmonious energy to the moon. So this is also telling me that as you know your worth, you're going to experience blessings. You may receive a happy, unexpected miracle that is tangible, that is something you can touch or feel, that is money that you can put in the bank or buy something that you've been wanting to buy with, beautiful Aquarius. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I would love to hear. I feel like this is, as you know your worth, as you claim what you deserve, claim it in the comments below. I claim whatever it is that you truly deserve, beautiful Aquarius, and it shall be yours. Okay, Capricorn. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you also, like the Cancers, you also will really feel this full moon. The sun is in your sign. The moon is opposing you in the 7th house of partnerships. You're going to feel this full moon in your partnerships. You're going to feel this with a current partner or a desire to attract a partner, or with business partners. This is partners of all ilks, those that you have a commitment to on a spoken or unspoken level, the people that you would do things for, that you have a sense of responsibility toward, and who have that same commitment and responsibility toward you. These are the people that are going to be involved for you, or a person that falls under this full moon in Cancer energy. Because the full moon is opposing your identity, the roles you play, your vitality, your appearance, it's making opposition. You could feel during this full moon that things really come to a head, or some culmination or manifestation in this area of partnerships. Some of you will manifest a partner during this time, a business partner or a romantic partner. Some of you will have that person come into your life, or things will go to the next level. You'll get a proposal, or you will be the person to propose, either again on a business or personal level. This could be a new alliance coming into your life. This could be you releasing a bond, culminating a soul contract perhaps, that has come to fruition for you, Capricorn. And I know that's not easy. I know that there's always a grief process with that. Even if you know that it's the best thing for you, even if you know that it's what is most in integrity and alignment with your soul, it doesn't mean that it's easy. But if that happens, it's because your soul has reached a new level of vibration, and it is time for you to move on. Whoever you are saying goodbye to for now, you will either see them again in this lifetime, or you will see them, sense, experience them on a soul level when you are on the other side, beautiful Capricorn. Your message from Spirit is that it's really important for you to have compassion for you during this full moon if you feel triggered. This could be a beautiful trigger. This could be somebody professing their love to you. This could be someone saying, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. This could be someone saying, let's go into business together. This could be really beautiful energy. It's not just releasing, it's also something really beautifully blossoming, Capricorn, especially because we have these gorgeous aspects, which I spoke about in part 1 of this video, these gorgeous aspects from Jupiter and from Saturn solidifying something for you. So I think most of you are going to receive something very solid, some very beautiful, tangible, supportive energy in your arena of partnerships. So Capricorn, let's see what the cards have to say. Many of you are going to the next level in a partnership. Capricorn, your card is, ooh, this card is so pretty. Full moon in Libra, find a balance. You are on a new road. You are on a new journey, or you're thinking about a new road, thinking about a journey. The first thing that I see when I look to this card is I see some of you are going to be driving down this road with the just married on the back of your car and the cans all clanging around. If people still do that, I don't know. Others of you are really looking at a big change for yourself. Like, I want to move to a different place, or I want to change my career, or there's something that, or I want to date that person maybe that I haven't asked out yet, or I want to spend the rest of my life with someone. If you look closely at this card, there are all these beautiful pink blooming daisies. There's a lot of love in this card. There's a lot of creativity in this card. There's a lot of softness, and there's a lot of green heart healing as well. There's a lot of blooming and blossoming, and Libra energy is the 7th house. Libra energy is committed partnerships. So how perfect that you got full moon in Libra when the full moon is in your 7th house that is ruled by Libra. You cannot make this stuff up. Find a balance between the other, the person that you want to spend time with, whether in business or in love and romance. Find a balance between that relationship and your relationship with yourself. Beautiful, Capricorn. It's about you staying true to you within relationships so you can feel the freedom and the joy and the upliftment and even the ecstasy of being in union with another. So if this resonates, beautiful, Capricorn, let me know. I'd love to hear. Okay, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Hello, beautiful Sag. Beautiful Sag, you are having this full moon in Cancer in your 8th house of partnerships and shared resources. This is the house of emotional and sexual intimacy. This is a deep diving house in which we just want to merge with the other. We want to feel this beautiful merging connection with another person or with our deepest, most soulful self. This is the house of power, where we share power with another, where we can have power struggles with another, where we are trying to get our needs met and make sure that our partner's needs are met as well, where we're all doing, well, usually it's 2 people. It can be a group of people, but where both of you, let's say, are doing this dance of sharing of power, sharing of resources, sharing of time, money, or energy. This is also the house of investments. Any money that you have investment, whether it's invested, whether it's in retirement or it's in some sort of fund or savings account or whatever it is, where you want a return on your money, where you're giving your money to another institution to give you a return. That is also the 8th house, also taxes. And some of you will be doing your taxes probably around this time. And also where we can have a culmination of an ego death, where we can shed a skin, where we can come out of that like the phoenix rising from the ashes, the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis into a brand new life chapter. So it could be quite a beautiful rebirthing time for some of you as well. So, beautiful Sagittarius, your message from Spirit is that you may be busy during this full moon meeting a lot of other people's needs. When I tuned into you, I saw you sort of flitting around a room at a party doing a lot of things, really focused on other people. And so the message is to pace yourself and to take care of you while you are thinking about meeting other people's needs or serving other people or just being in party mode. Really be thinking about you as well and what you need and your energy, Sagittarius. This could be a time that feels mentally taxing to some of you, or that you're really having to negotiate with partner about how you're spending your time and energy. I know that's really typical during the holiday time that when you have a partner, you're trying to figure out sometimes, you know, are we with your family or my family or both of our families, and how are we doing things? That could be coming up for some of you as well. So Sagittarius, let us pull a card and see what the cards have to say for you for this full moon in Cancer, all about you meeting your emotional and needs and releasing any emotional attachments that are not good for you. Beautiful Sag. Sagittarius, your card is lots of green in this card. Trust that all will be well. This is a card of trust and surrender. It's the new moon in Virgo. There's so much healing in this card. There is so much. What I get from this card is like rest and trust and allow the healing energy that is, first of all, you might want to spend time in nature. When I look at this card, I see a peace and an ease and a grace, and I get this sense of like laying in a grassy meadow, and I know that many people don't live in a place where they can do this, or they have too many plans around this time to do that, but I get this feeling of letting Mother Earth nourish you in nature. I also get a feeling of flying above these planes, flying above, metaphorically speaking, and getting a bigger view, a bigger picture view of things. And for now, while Mercury is retrograde, at least, and Sagittarius, you're one of the ones really affected by it because Mercury will be retrograde in Sagittarius during this full moon. For now, let things be as they are. I'm not saying don't speak your mind. I'm not saying don't ask for what you need or weigh in on how you feel about things. What I'm saying is that how things are now may be different when Mercury goes direct and when it comes out of shadow. You will probably have a revelation that changes things up. New information may come to light. The pieces on the board are being moved around. Let's say that. So things will change. So trust that all will be well, Sag. And if you want to claim this trust, this knowing, this deep, calm, ease, and peace, claim it in the comments below. Okay, Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio, you are having this full moon in Cancer in your 9th house. Your 9th house of expansion, spirituality, higher learning, long distance travel, other cultures. This is the house of new scenery, physically and metaphorically speaking. This is us flying above our lives and seeing life from a whole new vantage point. It's the house of awakening. You could have a spiritual awakening with this full moon. You could be graduating from an educational program. You could be, this is a manifestation time after all. This is a fruition time. This is a time where you can reap the rewards of your efforts, especially with Jupiter and Saturn making connections to this full moon. So some of you will have something that feels like a real accomplishment that you are celebrating, something that really elevates you. Or you could simply be celebrating that you are of a new vibration now. You have elevated through all your evolutionary spiritual growth. Some of you may be publishing something you could have a book coming out. You could have a play coming out. You could have just written a screenplay and it gets accepted. There's so many different things that could happen for you here, but this is where you are definitely being out in the world, but also being tuned into your spiritual source and your true divine connection. And your message from Spirit is that this is a time to really make sure you are grounding your energy. This is a flowing full moon for you, meaning that it's a trine. It gives you the wind at your back. It is flowing you down a river easily. There's nothing you're having to do. You're just kind of going with the flow, riding with the tide, and reaping the rewards from that. You're water. Cancer is water. We've got Saturn in Pisces in water, Neptune in Pisces in water. There's a lot of water energy, which is why I think Spirit is saying make sure you ground your energy. But also, this is a really good time to gain support from your goals. That's the other message, is that there are people who want to support you, Scorpio. So let that support in. And if you need support, get that support from other people. Reach out to whoever you think would be good, whatever kind of advice that you want or need. reach out for that support. And because this is the ninth house of expansion, where we often take inner or outer journeys, many of you will be either doing foreign travel during this full moon or planning a foreign trip. But because this is about expanding your horizons, you may want to either get my free guided meditation that you get by signing up to my inspirational weekly astrology updates. You could listen to one of my guided meditations that I have a playlist for, and I will link that in the description box below too, that will take you to a deeper place in your soul to receive more inspired guidance from your higher self. Scorpio. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say for Scorpios. I got very, what do I want to say? You guys probably felt it. I just really went inward when I was talking with you about going inward. That was kind of wild. All right, so Scorpio. And you could be busy, Scorpio, because ninth house, that's where the moon is, but the sun's going to be in your third house, which is all your local networking. So a lot of you could be like going from place to place, celebrating too during this time, celebrating the holidays or hanging out with friends or whatever. Your card is the first quarter moon in Aquarius. First quarter moons are when we begin to take action and see fruition, or at least take action, take steps toward whatever we seeded during a new moon. And of course, that new moon was the moon in Sagittarius that we just had. So, and I have a separate video for you on that if you want to go back to see what were you seeding, which area of life was that happening for you. Scorpio, but this card says trust the universe. All the purple in this card, to me that purple is your divine connection. That's the ninth house where this full moon is happening for you. This is your divine inspiration. These are the downloads. She is reaching up to the moon and she's pulling down inspiration and inspired guidance, epiphanies, aha moments from the moon. Trust the universe. Maybe during this full moon, go out and look at the moon if it's visible where you are, if it's not being covered by clouds, Scorpio, and just tune into the moon and receive her energy. I love doing that on a full moon. You can really feel it in your whole body. Asking the moon for her divine feminine guidance to come in and infuse every cell of your body for whatever it is you want to experience next. Okay, Libra. Hello, beautiful Libra. Libra, you're going to have this full moon in Cancer in your 10th house of career, legacy. This is retirement for some of you or semi-retirement, but for all of you, this is where you want to experience more fulfillment, where you want to, this is where we often spend the bulk of our time. What means the most to you? What has meaning and purpose for you? This is a very purposeful full moon for you. You could very well be contemplating this or releasing what you thought was going to be in terms of career. Maybe some of you are saying, I had my career. Something is coming to fruition for you, or an ending or a culmination. And it likely has to do with either a dream of a vocation or an actual career that you've had. You could be thinking about a new career. You could be thinking about a new business. You could be thinking about moving, because across from this 10th house is the 4th house. And 4th house is where we are thinking about our home and where we want to live. This moon is making a square to your energy. And a square produces oftentimes some sort of tension or pressure to take action. So you are being motivated, Libra, during this full moon to take some sort of step that will lead you more in the direction of what your heart most wants. And as I'm tuning into your energy, I'm getting the sense that I should mention my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. It really is a lot about choosing how you want to spend your time, choosing your, waking up to your purpose. And you could really be thinking about that, how you want to do your life. Some of you could be deciding to go in a whole new direction. You could be going from a job to self-employment. You could be going from self-employment to semi-retirement. Like there's some sort of shift that a lot of you are probably contemplating, if not actually taking. And when I tune into spirit for you, I got the sense of you being very social, like you like to be, Libra, but I just saw you like very convivial, and you were, lots of energy. I saw you putting out a lot of energy in a social environment, but I also felt that it's important that you don't overdo and that you aren't, again, focused on pleasing everybody else, and that you don't get depleted during this full moon. I did feel an excitement from you. A lot of times with a square, we think, oh, a square, oh no. Squares are how we get things done. Squares are the things that makes us shoot for the next trajectory. Squares are the things that make us want to level up. So I really felt that in a positive way for you guys. I felt a lot of inspired energy. So let's see what the cards have to say. And if you have a new plan, Libra, that you want to share and help inspire the rest of us, I would love to hear. Leave me a comment. So let's see what the cards have for you. Libra, your card is interesting. This is the first quarter moon in Leo. First quarter moons are when we take action. So that makes sense with the square energy, taking action. But the message is be humble. And Libra, you're already humble, so you don't need this message. But maybe, possibly, something big is happening for you that's such a win that you're just running around wanting to tell everybody how great this thing is that's happening to you. And this card is saying, do that, celebrate it, let everybody know, but just add a little bit of humility in there. I don't know. It's going to be different for everyone. What I'm seeing when I look at this card is this like half purpley and half white energy of the moon. And to me, this is about tuning into spirit. And you can see that this person, they're out in nature. To me, they're in like a sacred space, sacred lands, and they are meditating and they are healing through this meditation. There's green healing energy here. So to me, this is about, for a lot of you, just tuning into the divine, just getting nourished and nurtured by the divine flow, the unconditional loving flow of the divine, receiving that rejuvenating energy. To me, this card is very much about rejuvenation and making sure that you fill your cup, which is what came through in your message from spirit. So whatever resonates, whether it's about humility or filling your cup back up, whatever it is, or something else, Libra, if you care to share, leave me a comment. We would all love to hear. Okay, Virgos. Hello, beautiful Virgo. Virgo, you are having a full moon in Cancer in your 11th house of friendships, alliances. This is groups and organizations. This is causes like humanitarian things that you do, volunteering. This is also hopes, wishes, and dreams. This is really the house of your current dream, where you want to feel fulfilled, what your heart desire is in any area of your life that falls under the 11th house. And also your social media platforms, any online socializing that you do, and your long-term financial gains. So this is the house in which you are opening to the universe, to open to the cosmic divine flow. Anything can happen here. This is a Uranian ruled house. Uranus is an electrical energy, and it is attuned to the cosmic intelligence. So this is why it's the house of fulfillment, because we can tune into the cosmic brilliance, and we can receive, we can put our spidey senses out and our intentions out, and we can receive back happy unexpected miracles that are even better than what we thought was coming to us. So that's really beautiful. So this is where you're going to get a manifestation, a fruition, a culmination. For some of you, an ending. Some of you, a friendship might end. You may have completed a soul contract, and so you can let that one go and bring in a new friendship. Some of you may having both. Someone's walking out a door, someone's walking in the door of your life. It could happen in a lot of different ways. Some of you may say, I'm no longer going to go to this church, or I'm no longer going to really put all my heart and soul into this board of directors, or whatever it is. Like, it's different for everyone, but you are big picture aligning with your soul. You are doing the thing or committing to the thing or experiencing the thing that is in most alignment with your new soul's evolution. Beautiful Virgo. So your message from Spirit, I love your message from Spirit. It is relax, rest, rejuvenate. Very Mercury retrograde kinds of things. And Virgo, you are ruled by Mercury, so that didn't surprise me. But Spirit really wanted me to emphasize self-care for you, how important self-care is for you. I know that my Virgo daughter, she's not Virgo rising, she's Sag rising, but I know that she is going to be doing a lot of rest. We will be together, but I also know she's going to want to sleep in, and I am going to fully honor whatever she needs. She just completed a big project, school project, and I want her to get her needs met as well. So I am shuffling my cards, and let's see what the cards have to say for you. And some of you will get a financial reward during this time. We do have Jupiter amplifying the energy of this moon in a beautiful, harmonious way. So you could have something really beautiful come in for you in the way of money or supportive alliances, friendships, and so on for you, beautiful Virgo. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, your card is the last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. This is so in alignment with Spirit's message of relax and rest. The last quarter moon is when we are winding down, when we're letting go. We're not focusing on manifesting something new. We are just letting what needs to leave our lives leave. And this says talk less, feel more. Interesting, Virgo, when you're ruled by Mercury, talk less. But the feel more, I feel, is about you feeling your feelings, your emotions, and it's about you tuning into your guidance through the sensations in your body. I'm getting solar plexus, I'm getting heart energy, I'm getting crown chakra energy. Let the vibrations of your higher self come through your different chakras and illuminate your path if you're asking what's next for you. Virgo, you have been getting, Saturn is in your sign, so that could have made you feel constricted. Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius, that makes a square to your energy. The mutable signs have definitely been getting some, what we could say, call tightness, that doesn't feel as expansive, doesn't make us feel as expansive as we might normally feel. And this is why I think you're getting this guidance, to let the vibrations come in through your feeling, your sensations, and you'll receive whatever you need to receive in that way. Beautiful Virgo. Okay, Leos. Hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, thank you for your patience. You are experiencing this Cancer full moon in your 12th house of rest, retreat, rejuvenation. This is the house of your mystical self. This is where we can have self-doubt coming up about the things that we want, where we are rewiring our subconscious mind. We're changing the narrative, especially during our Mercury retrograde. We're changing the narrative if it needs fine-tuning and re-uplifting, if our narrative needs up-leveling, so that we can, be talking to ourselves and receiving divine guidance in very positive, elevating ways. Any of these things could be up for you. With a full moon in Cancer here, which is so psychic, here in your 12th house, you could get some really powerful dreams happening during this time, or revelations in the shower, or any other, sort of when you're walking on the beach or when you're in the forest, wherever you are in nature, you could get some real significant revelations, epiphanies, or have some awakening moments. This is very much territory of awakening, Leo, which I really love. I hope you love it too. Your message from Spirit, Leo, is that you are fired up by the trine that's happening between Mercury retrograde and your sign, your fire, Mercury retrograde in Sag, and Mars in Sagittarius, trining your energy as well. You are fired up by all of that, this fire merging with your fire, and to be open to new inspired ideas. because they may very well be coming in for you during this full moon. Not only this though, you want to balance. You may feel like you're balancing, like you're getting a lot of adrenaline rushes from the Mars energy, from the inspirational energy, but then you need to, you know, that energy burns up quickly and you need to rest. Okay, Leo, let's see what the cards have for you. Connect to your mystical self. This could be really beautiful healing moon for you. Especially if some of you may want to connect with passed on loved ones or spirit guides. And you might want to use one of my guided meditations either in my playlist that's linked below in the description box, or the meditation you can download off of my website when you sign up for my free inspirational astrology updates. Okay, Leo. Your card is the new moon in Cancer. Check it out. Relax. Relax is exactly what the 12th house moon, a 12th house full moon, that's usually all we want to do. We want to plant ourselves on the couch. We want a nice warm blanket if we're cold. We want some good soup or something nourishing, comfort food. We want to watch our favorite YouTube video or show, and we just want to be, or we want to relax with a good book. It's different for everyone, but Leo, how clear is this? The light of the moon is shining on the water. This is a moon in Cancer. This is new moon. In the card, you are experiencing a full moon. However, the Cancer energy is super psychic. And with new moon energy coming up for you, I would say during this 12th house lunation for you, you're going to be getting some gems of inspiration about what you want to newly bring into the world in 2024, beautiful Leo. So if this resonates, let me know. I'd love to hear. My beautiful friend, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking this video, for giving it a thumbs up, for your comments, for your subscribes. When you engage with my videos, you help the algorithm to put this video out to more people who love astrology, and you really help support my channel. Thank you to my Sunday chat friends for joining me. It's always my joy to commune with you. Thank you for whenever you're watching this video. I'm so glad you're part of this like-minded community. Together in tribe, we can thrive. This has been a general reading of the full moon in Cancer. If you'd like to have a personal reading, not only about the full moon in Cancer, but all of the transits that are going on for you right now in your natal astrology chart, the positive, uplifting ones, the challenging ones. Many clients want to know, when is this hard transit going to end? When will I be free of this tension or this pressure or whatever is happening for you? I will go over with you not only your natal astrology chart, but also the transits that are currently happening for you in your life and the upcoming transits as well. If you'd like to do a 2024 year ahead reading, we'll go through all the major transits of 2024 for you. I also am offering synastry, relationship synastry readings right now, as well as a life purpose reading, heart's desire. There are so many different readings you can choose from. Just go to my website, check out my testimonial so you can get a sense of the results that other clients have gotten from working with me. And that usually helps you to know whether you feel called to work with me. I have a free gift for you, and that free gift is a soothing guided meditation that will help connect you to your divine guidance, to your spiritual guides, to the unconditional love of the universe. To get that free instant download guided meditation, all you have to do is go to my website, sign up for my free inspirational updates, the astrology of the week between videos, and you will get that instant download right away. Thank you for joining me, and until my next video, I am sending you all my love. Wishing you a beautiful Cancer full moon.